All right, so once again, after this season ends, Brady could become an unrestricted free agent for the first time in his career. So, Cece, what does that tell you about the future of Brady and the Patriots?
The Patriots have decided they're going to go year to year. They're going to allow Tom Brady to be somewhat in control, but not completely in control. And when Robert Kraft and his family decided to give Bill Belichick ultimate control over the roster, this is the way Brady's career is going to end. We know the Jimmy Garoppolo, we know the pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo, like that was real. They don't have Jimmy Garoppolo, but now they do have age, father time. He's undefeated, and Belichick realizes that. Now, the last couple seasons, you see that he's made adjustments. Last year, tried to put the bonus package in there where he could earn more money. Didn't play well enough to be able to get that money. So you know what they decided to do now? Because Tom wanted a contract extension. They gave him a fake one, gave him more money this year, guaranteed him he'd be there this year, and they're going to play it out year by year. Regardless how many times Tom wants to go to the press conference and say, I want to play till I'm 45. You see, he changed his tune yesterday because Belichick did not give him the type of contract that him or his agent wanted. He told him, I will bump you up this year. And you know what, Tom? You're just like everyone else. We're going to wait and see as far as what we're going to do as far as moving into the future.
That is absolutely right and honestly absolutely remarkable to me. That Chris could say, Belichick said to Tom Brady, you are just like everyone else. And that is clearly what Bill Belichick has done. And maybe that is part of what makes Bill Belichick the greatest football coach we've ever seen. But it is stunning to me. Because here's what we know. None of these things are speculation. None of these things are hypothesis. We know this. We know Brady wants to play past this season. We know Brady wants to play for the Patriots for the entirety of his career if he can have it his way. And we know Brady has never demanded top-of-the-market money. We know all of those things. And so it then follows to reason that Tom Brady, what he wanted was a real contract extension, not a break-the-bank contract extension, but a real contract extension with some guarantees past this year. And the Patriots, meaning Bill Belichick, flatly refused to give it to him. And so I want people to understand, this is not they have a team option for 2020. No, this is not a contract extension, what he got over the weekend. It was cap manipulation, which is totally legal. A lot of teams do it. But they free up $5.5 million in cap space. He gets $8 million cash infusion. And the final 2 years of this deal automatically void on the final day of the league year. So unless they do another new contract this year, Tom Brady will be an unrestricted free agent for the first time in his entire career after this season. And that is, considering his last 3 years were execute greatest comeback in Super Bowl history en route to a title, 16, win league MVP, 17, win another Super Bowl, 18, that is his contract situation in 19 is unprecedented in my time following sports.
It's also remarkable in that they don't have a clear-cut backup plan. You could see if they had a guy they've been grooming like a Teddy Bridgewater or maybe even a Josh Rosen that, okay, they want to go year to year while they get someone up to speed. Right now they have Brian Hoyer and Stidham, who they drafted. Stidham. But what do you think is more likely, CeCe, that he does become an unrestricted free agent and he goes to play for another team, or that he walks away from the game if the Patriots decide they don't want to bring him back?
No, I think there's zero chance that he goes to another team. I think the Patriots do want to bring him back. What the Patriots are going to try to do, from a running standpoint, physical standpoint, they're going to lean on their defense and their offensive line as Tom continues to age and as he retires. You can see last year, they believe they can improve drastically. Talking to people around New England, they believe their defense will be drastically improved. They had a losing record last year on the road. They were 3-5. They gave up more than a touchdown on the road than they did at home. So as they build this team, it's going to be based on physicality. It's not going to be based on Tom Brady throwing the ball. It's going to be Tom Brady being efficient on third, being efficient, not turning the ball over, and being really good late in close games because, you know, the Patriots always play. They're going to play you tough. So they believe they can improve on it. How they go forward is exactly like they did week 16 through the Super Bowl, where they averaged 38 times a game. They ran the ball, 180 yards. That's what they are building. This is not going to be Tom Brady and the high-flying Patriots. I don't believe he becomes a free agent. And I believe if he has another successful season and he's healthy, they sign him to another one-year deal. At the end of Michael Jordan's career, Michael Jordan signed a one-year deal because he had some problems because they weren't going to extend him and they weren't going to commit the dollars to the rest of that roster. So at the end, when Michael Jordan was in Chicago, it became a year by year. But I think with all the quarterbacks, if you look at Phillip Rivers, you look at Drew Brees, them quarterbacks they're not the same as Brady, but they're all going to be put in the same situation.
The one difference I would see between Jordan's end of his career and Brady's was Jordan, his final 2 years of his career, made $32 and $33 million respectively in an era when almost no one in the NBA was making even $12 million. So it was a series of one-year deals, but they were double or triple the market one-year deals.
What is Tom Brady making?
Tom Brady now is up to $23 million this year with the $8 million raise from 15. The last thing I'll say on this is I thought his response at the end there was very telling. He was asked by a reporter that I think maybe didn't have the full details of the contract. Is it some relief to have clarity on your contract situation? I mean, you didn't see it in the clip, but he took a long pause and then says, it is what it is, which is whose line, of course, Bill Belichick's, and said, listen, I've got 1 year left. There's a lot of things he could have said there to hide his frustration. Oh, yeah, it's great, excited, glad we got this done, got a little raise this year. He made it very clear to me that this was not the contract result he was hoping for. It won't distract him. I'm sure they'll be great. Maybe they'll use this money to add to the roster, the cap space. But this was not the way Don Yee and Tom Brady thought this contract negotiation was going to go.
And just for perspective, what is he making, 23, 24 million this year?
23 million.
And what does Dak Prescott want?
Well, we think probably
Upwards of
30-ish million.
Yeah, he's going to get it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.